Welcome to Randy Reed's Dark. Tonight, another zombie rain. The broadcast is brought to you by S-Mart. Shop smart, shop S-Mart. Need a boomstick, bargain chainsaw, maybe a little book bound in human flesh? We've got everything and most of it screams. Thank you for listening and hail to the savings. Warning, graphic violence, not for the young or the squeamish. Zombie Rain, Episode 2, Mile Marker 47. The coffee is perfect. Lavazza Rossa. Ground fresh this morning in a rest stop outside Bakersfield. The moka pot sits on the propane burner bolted to the cab's floor, gurgling its last steam. I pour into the thermos cup, inhale the crema. Outside, the rain hammers the windshield in sheets. The water is ankle deep on the asphalt, maybe shin deep in low spots. I sit, bitter, bright, exactly right. The highway is mine, has been 40 minutes since the engine seized. The entire cooling system flooded out when I hit the lake-sized puddle at mile marker 44. Now I sit, high in the cab of a Peterbilt 57, 18 wheels locked, going nowheres. The CB crackles with static and screaming. I turn it down, not off, just down. The dead are coming, not fast, never fast, but coming. I watch them wade through the current. The highway slopes west to the east here, so the water flows across all 6 lanes like a river finding its bed. The dead push through it, 3 of them visible now. More shadows behind the rain curtain. They don't care about the current, don't care about the cold, don't adjust their gait when the water reaches their thighs. I sip again. A motorcycle comes from the east, maybe doing 60. Way too fast. The rider sees the flood too late and locks the rear brake. The bike hydroplanes, fishtailed, and pitched sideways. The rider flies over the handlebars and skips across the water like a stone. 3 skips, then gone under. The bike cartwheels twice and slams into a Honda Accord abandoned in the center lane. The rider surfaces, thrashing. Current drags him west. One of the dead changes trajectory, wades towards the splashing. The rider sees it, kicks towards the Accord. Fingers catch the door handle. He pulls himself up onto the roof. Water pours off his leather. The dead reach the car in seconds. The first one grabs the rider's boots. The rider kicks. The heel catches the thing's jaw and snaps it sideways. The jaw dislocates but doesn't detach. The thing doesn't let go. It climbs. Hand over hand up the rider's leg. The second one arrives and locks onto the rider's other ankle. The rider pulls a knife, leans down, stabs the first one through the eye socket. The blade punches through the orbital bone and the thing goes slack. Slides off into the current. The second one pulls the rider off the roof. They go under. The water boils for 5 seconds, then smooths out. I pour more coffee. A sedan comes from the west, moving slow, headlights cut in the rain. It stops 50 yards out when the driver sees the flood. Reverse lights flare. The car backs up 30 feet, stops again. The driver door opens. A woman gets out, jeans and hoodie. She's got a tire iron. She looks at the water, looks at the dead, looks at my truck. She waves, and I don't wave back. She wades in. The current hits her at mid-thigh and she staggers. She corrects, pushes forward. One of the dead peels off towards her. She sees it, doesn't run. She waits. The thing closes to 10 feet, 8 feet, then she swings. The iron catches it across the temple. The skull dents inward with a wet crack. The thing's head snaps sideways and it stumbles. Doesn't fall. She swings again. This time she chops down into the crown. The iron splits the scalp and wedges into the frontal bone. She pulls. The iron stays lodged. The thing grabs her wrist. She screams, lets go of the iron, pulls a revolver from her waistband, presses it under the thing, and fires. The top of the skull lifts off in spray of bone and brain. The thing drops. She stumbles back, looks at my truck again, waves again. More frantic. I sit. She wades forward. The current is stronger here. It hits her at the waist. She's leaning into it. 30 yards out now. Another one of the dead is angling towards her from the north. She doesn't see it. I tap the window. I blow my horn. She looks up. I point. She spins. The dead is 15 feet out. She raises the revolver, fires. The round punches through its chest. It keeps coming. She fires again. Next shot. It keeps coming. She fires a third time. The shot goes wide. The thing is 10 feet out now. She fires twice more. Both shots hit center mass. It doesn't care. The hammer clicks on the empty chamber. She turns and runs. The current catches her, and she goes down. Her head surfaces. She gasps. The dead thing dives after her. They both go under. The water thrashes, an arm surfaces, then a leg, then nothing. I pour the last of the coffee into my cup. A pickup truck comes from the east, Ford F-250, lifted, big tires. It plows into the flood without slowing. Water sprays off the hood and white wings. The driver is hunched over the wheel. Two people in the bed. They're holding rifles. The truck hits the current and skews left. The driver corrects, overcorrects. The truck fishtails. The two in the bed pitch forward and slam into the rear window. One drops his rifle. It tumbles into the water. A group of the dead are clustered near the center median, 6 of them. The truck is heading straight for them. The driver sees them, doesn't swerve. The truck hits the first one doing 40. The thing disappears under the bumper. The front tire climbs over it and the whole truck bucks. The second one gets clipped by the fender and spins into the water. The third one goes under the wheels. The fourth and fifth grab onto the running boards. The sixth is too slow, and the truck is past it. The two in the bed start shooting. They're firing into the things clinging to the sides. The muzzle flashes strobe the rain. The first one takes 3 rounds to the face and lets go. The currents sweep it away. The second one climbs higher, gets a hand over the bed rail. One of the shooters leans over and fires point blank into its skull. The head disintegrates. The body hangs there for a second, then slides off. The truck keeps going. It passes my rig on the south side, close enough I can see the driver's face. Young, beard, eyes wide. He doesn't look at me. He's staring ahead. The truck hits deep water. The engine coughs, sputters, keep running. The two in the bed are scanning for more targets. Then the truck hits the submerged Honda. The front bumper catches the roof and the truck flips. It happens fast. The nose pitches up, the rear end lifts, the whole truck cartwheels forward. The two in the bed fly out. They hit the water 20 feet apart. The truck lands upside down with a sound like a building collapsing. Water geysers up, the cab submerges, the undercarriage faces the sky, the tires still spinning. One of the shooters surfaces. He's coughing, treading water. His rifle is gone. He looks around, sees the dead, starts swimming south. He makes it 10 yards before his head jerks under. The water goes still. The other shooter is floating face down. I finish my coffee. The rain intensifies. The water is rising. It's over the first step of my cab now. I can feel the truck settling. The tires sinking into the softening roadbed. The CB crackles. A voice comes through, male panic. Water's coming up, he says. I pick up the handset and answer. Yeah, you see the highway? I'm on it. It's a river. I know. Static then. You think it's going to stop? The rain? More static. The voice doesn't come back. I hang up the handset. The water is halfway up the door now. A van comes from the west. Dodge Caravan. It's moving slow, cautious. The driver sees the flood and stops. The side door slides open. 4 people get out. 2 men, 2 women. One of the men has a shotgun. They wade in together, tight formation. The shotgun takes points. The dead are everywhere now. I count 11 in the immediate area, more upstream. The 4 survivors see them. They stop, huddle. The shotgun points. They change directions, heading south towards the shoulder, trying to flank the main group. It doesn't work. 3 of the dead peel off and intercept. The shotgun fires. The first one chest opens up. It staggers but doesn't drop. He fires again, taking the top of its head off. It collapses into the water. The second one is 5 feet out. He swings the shotgun like a bat, catches it across the jaw. The jaw rips free and dangles by a strip of tissue. The thing grabs the barrel. He pulls the trigger. The blast tears through its stomach. Guts spill into the water. It doesn't let go. One of the women screams. The third one has grabbed her from behind. Its teeth sink into her shoulder. She thrashes. The other woman tries to pull it off, gets a handful of its hair and yank. The scalp tears free. The thing doesn't notice. It just bites again. This time it rips through the shoulder and severs artery. Blood jets into the rain. The woman starts screaming and goes limp. The shotgun man abandons his weapons, pulls a machete from his belt, chops into the thing's neck. The blade wedges into its spine. He twists and pulls. The head comes partially free, hanging by the esophagus and a few ligaments. He kicks it away. The woman is already dead, floating face down. The other man has produced a pistol. He's firing at the main group of dead, trying to keep them back. They keep coming. He empties the magazine, drops it, fumbles for another. His hands are shaking. The magazine slips, falls into the water. He dives after it, surfaces, but can't find it. The shotgun man grabs him and they run. The second woman is still alive. She's frozen, staring at the body of her friend. The dead close in, 5 of them. She doesn't move. They surround her, pull her under. The water turns red. The 2 men are swimming now. The current is too strong to wade. They're trying to reach the shoulder. One of the dead is swimming after them, but slow, but persistent. The men reach shallow water and scramble onto the embankment. The thing follows, crawls up the slope. The shotgun man turns and kicks it in the face. The head snaps back. He kicks again. The jaw breaks. He kicks a third time. The skull cracks. The thing stops moving. They disappear into the tree line. I unscrew the thermos cap and pour the last inch of coffee. It's lukewarm now, still good. I drink it slow. The water is at the window. I try the ignition. The starter clicks, but it doesn't run. The battery is fine. Everything else is drowned. I grab my tire iron from behind the seat. 30 inches, solid steel. I've had it for 6 years, taking it through 4 states. Never used it on a zombie before, never needed to. I open the door. Water pours in, cold and fast. The cab floods in seconds. I climb out into the steps, then onto the fuel tank, then onto the hood. The rain hits my face. I can barely see 20 feet. I climb onto the roof of the cab. The dead are closer. I count 6 within my 50 yards, more beyond. They're all moving towards me. The current doesn't slow them. They push through it like it isn't there. A body floats by, face down, arms spread. It bumps into the truck and the current pins it against the front fender. The head rolls to the side, fresh, maybe 10 minutes dead. Bite marks on the neck. I watch it for 30 seconds. It doesn't move. Then the current shifts and it floats away. The water keeps rising. I move to the back of the cab, climb onto the 5th wheel, then onto the trailer. It's a flatbed, tarp load. The tarp is shredded by rain. I climb up. The load is lumber, 2x4s, banded and stacked. I pull myself to the top and sit. The water is 4 feet below me. I rest the tire iron across my lap. I can see the dead below. They're at the truck now, trying to climb. Their hands slap the sides. They can't get purchase. The rain and the current work against them. They slide back, try again. One finds the step, pulls itself up, then slips and falls back into the water. It surfaces and tries again. I watch. A station wagon comes from the east. Subaru. The engine is dead. The driver is standing on a roof. He's got a paddle, a literal canoe paddle. He's trying to steer it. It isn't working. The current has him. The car spins slowly. He loses his balance and sits. The paddle slips from his hands. He grabs for it, misses. The paddle floats away. The car drifts towards a cluster of the dead. They see it, change direction, way toward the car. The driver sees them, pulls something from his pocket, a flare. He strikes it. The red light flares bright. He waves it, shouting. I can't hear the words, just the tone, desperate. The dead don't care about flares. They reach the car, start climbing. The driver kicks at them. One grabs at his ankle, pulls. He falls onto the roof. The flare falls off and hisses into the water. He's kicking, punching. They pull him down. He disappears over the side of the car. The car continues to drift away, empty. I shift my gear to the tire iron. I shift my grip on the tire iron. The water is 3 feet below me now. One of the dead has reached the trailer, is climbing the side, fingers hooked over the edge. I stand, walk to the edge, look down. Its face lifts up. The eyes are clouded. The mouth opens. I swing the tire iron down. The pointed end punches through the top of its skull. The bones give away. The thing goes slack. I pull. The iron comes free. The body drops into the water. Another one is climbing the other side. I move across the tarp. My boots slip. I catch myself. Reach the edge. This one is halfway up. I swing for the head. Miss. The iron glances off its shoulder. It doesn't react. I swing again. Connect. The temple caves in. The thing lets go. Falls back. 2 more are at the rear of the trailer. I'm breathing hard now. The rain is in my eyes. I move to the back. They're both climbing, slow, methodical. I swing at the first one, catch it under the jaw. The mandible shatters. The head snaps back. It doesn't let go. I swing again. Overhead chop. The iron splits the skull down the center line. Brain tissue squeezes out through the cracks. It drops. The second one is over the edge. It's on the trailer. I backpedal, slip on the wet tarp, go down hard. The iron skitters out of reach. The thing crawls toward me, fast, faster than I expected. I kick, my boot catches its chest. It rocks back, but keeps coming. I scramble backwards. My hand finds the tire iron. I swing wild. The iron catches it across the side of the head. The ear tears off. The skull dents. It lunges. Teeth snap inches from my face. I shove the iron into its mouth horizontal. The bar wedges between its jaws. I push. It bites down on the steel, and I twist. The jaw breaks with a wet crunch. I pull the iron free and drive the pointed end through its eye socket. The thing spasms. I push harder. The iron punches through the back of its skull. I leave it there and roll away. I lie on my back, chest heaving. The rain pounds on my face. The water is 2 feet below the trailer now. I sit up, pull the tire iron free, stand. The dead are everywhere. They're on a truck, on a trailer, climbing. I count 4, no 5. I move to the center of the flatbed, turn slow. They're coming from all sides. I pick the closest one, swing. The iron connects, skull fracture, it drops. I spin, I swing, I miss. I swing again. I hit. Cheekbone shatters. It staggers. I follow up, drive the iron into the crown. It goes down. I spin. One is too close. It grabs my jacket, pulls me forward. I drop the iron, punch it in the throat. The larynx collapses. It doesn't let go. I punch again, eye socket. My knuckles sink in. It releases. I shove it back. It trips over the lumber. It falls. I grab the tire iron, stand over it, drive the iron through its forehead. The skull cracks like an egg. I spin more. There's 2 left. One is at my right, one is at my left. I swing right, connect. The thing's jaw dislocates, hangs by the hinge. It grabs my arms. I pull free, swing again. The iron catches it across the temple. The skull caves in. It drops. I turn. The last one is right there, inches away. I don't have time to swing. It grabs my shoulder, pulls me forward. Its mouth opens, teeth black, gums rotten. I smell it, decay and rain. I try to push back. It's stronger. The teeth close on my throat. I feel the pressure first, then the tear, then the warmth. Blood runs down my chest. I drop the tire iron. My hand comes up, press against the wound. The thing is chewing. I can feel it. I stagger back, trip over something. I fall. I hit the tarp. The rain sounds different now. It sounds distant, muffled. The thing is on top of me. Its face is in my neck. I can't push it off. My hands are weak. Everything is weak. The sky is gray, then darker, then nothing. But the coffee